FSA is going to look at four things, and they're going to look at them in this order. The first thing they're going to look at is, can you get credit elsewhere sufficient to meet your actual needs at reasonable rates and terms in your community? And that's a quote from the statute, a paraphrase of the statute in case there's any sticklers for policy there. So basically what that means is FSA in the past has been a lender of last resort, meaning you've got to fail somewhere else, not get approved somewhere else, then you can come and use FSA loans. I think that's a flawed approach, but have yet to get that statute changed despite an ongoing effort. I think we will get there eventually. But key terms in that phrase, sufficient to meet your actual needs, in statute, when something is vague, it's explained further in regulation. So actual needs is where we really capitalized on the ability to use our flexibility, and we redefined actual needs while I was at the agency. And we'll come back to that because I don't want to get too long-winded. So credit elsewhere is the first portal, if you will, to get an FSA loan. The next thing the FSA is going to look at, they're going to pull your credit report after you get a complete application in, and they're going to take a look at your credit history, not your credit score, but your credit history. And what they're looking for is, did Zach pay his bills as agreed when it was within his control to do? And if they see any late payments on there, that raises a red flag for the FSA. It doesn't kick you out of the process, but it raises a red flag and it causes them to ask questions. Why were you late on these payments? There's another aspect to late payments that I want to come back to if we get time, but that's the second portal. Have you paid as agreed? Are you credit worthy? And I think there's a lot of flexibility and room in that credit worthiness that we could further clarify if we get the FSA team rowing in our direction. After credit elsewhere and credit worthiness, they're going to take a look at management experience. Do you have the management experience needed to carry out your plan? We got really good when I was at the IAC at helping folks understand how to explain what they've been doing in terms of management experience. So a father and a daughter having a talk about breeding decisions and when to turn the bulls out is a management decision. Adjusting a feed ration for the show cattle is a management decision. Deciding when to start haying, deciding whether to enroll in conservation programs, those are all management decisions. And you don't need to be the sole decision maker. You just need to convince the FSA officer that you had a large enough role in that, that if they trust you with some of the taxpayers' money, you're going to continue to make good decisions. So management experience is the next portal to go through.